our lovely patient who's 67 years old and is a year out from her abdominoplasty, is just back from a trip to Paris and following up with us, and has very graciously agreed to share some of her thoughts and feelings about what she was hoping to achieve with the surgery and how she feels now.
Okay, so the surgery was really quite a big step for me, something I wanted to have done for a very long time. Yeah. Didn't have the time or the money, but finally those two things came together. Perfect. And like I said to you, I looked like Jabba the Hutt, okay? And the more I lost weight, the worse my tummy got. So I had layers of skin hanging over my underwear, and I had dimply skin thanks to my lovely 2 children who are now in their late 30s. And it was a good experience. I mean, it's an adjustment. It is a healing process.
Yes.
It is. And maybe a little more than I thought it was going to be, but I'm very pleased with the results. I feel like my clothes fit better. I look better. I can look at myself naked. I could not look at myself naked before. I would be in the bathroom and I'd be like, I can't look at myself. So it's, that's a personal thing.
That is the first time I've ever heard somebody say that, but that makes a lot of sense.
I was just so grossed out, like how I looked. So it's been a very good experience, and hopefully it stays. I am worried about that.
Well, you're at a year.
I'm at a year, so it should.
That's good long-term results.
And I think I'm kind of back to my prior shape. I guess God gives you a shape, and so I'll never look like a 19-year-old with a flat tummy. I don't think that's going to happen.
Yeah.
But in general, I at 67, I feel great, and I feel good about how I look. Like I said, I wish I had done it when I was younger.
Great. Is this something that you would recommend to a friend?
I would, but I would also be clear to a friend of what the recovery is like. Yeah. Okay, so it was, the first couple of weeks were not good, which I expected, but definitely the pulling on the muscles, and you have to really want to do this. Yeah. So it's not something you do lightly. Yep. But absolutely, I would recommend it. I feel like I got the good results. Yeah. And like I said, I wish I had done it sooner, and because I was never going to lose that stomach. Yeah. Diet, exercise, none of that was going to change the way my skin looked. Yeah. And now it's amazing. I mean, I'm like shopping for 2-piece bathing suits now.
That's great. We have a trip to Morocco coming up.
And I have a trip to Morocco. I just came back from Paris. I'm going to Morocco. I'm going to Chicago for my birthday in September.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So, really, it's come at a really great time in my life where I'm now retired, and I'm starting to play golf again. I was out of the golf season last summer, but because
the recovery.
Because the recovery, right. So I had it at the end of May, and so I really, was still pretty stiff and not feeling it, And I'm glad to be back swimming. That swimming was hard. Mm-hmm. I didn't expect that, that I really couldn't stretch out, and but it's an adjustment.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for sharing your story.
Okay.